Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrance Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming. We bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrance Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.
The koala rests in the fork of the eucalyptus, a ball of gray fur against the pale limbs and the dappled light. The body is still, so still that it might be a growth on the tree, a knot of bark, a trick of the eye in the heat shimmer that rises from the bush below. The fur, thick and woolly, insulates against the cool of the night just past, and the heat that will build as the sun climbs. The ears, tufted with white, twitch occasionally at the sounds of the bush, the call of a bellbird, the rustle of a goner in the undergrowth, the distant drone of cicadas beginning their daily chorus. The eyes open. They are small and amber, set in a face of such placid expression that it seems incapable of the focus, the deliberation, the ancient selectivity that drives this arboreal existence. The koala blinks once, slowly, and begins to move. The movement is not urgent, not hurried, not anything that could be called energetic. It is the movement of a creature that has measured its life against the calories it consumes, that has traded speed for stillness, that has found in the slow digestion of toxic leaves a niche that no other creature can claim. The paws reach for the next branch, and the grip is revealed. Each paw bears two thumbs, opposable, wrapped around the limb with a hold that will not slip, cannot slip, even in sleep, even in the winds that sometimes shake the canopy. The claws, sharp and curved, dig into the bark, providing purchase, security, the assurance that the koala will not fall, will not lose its place in the high sanctuary of the treetops. The koala moves along the branch, a deliberate progress from one cluster of leaves to another, the body shifting its weight with the slow grace of a creature entirely at home in the vertical world. The nose reaches the leaves. It is a prominent nose, leathery and mobile, and it works now with a focus that the eyes never quite achieve. The koala sniffs at the leaves, sampling their chemistry, reading the complex language of toxins and nutrients that each eucalyptus leaf contains. Not all leaves are equal. Not all are edible. Some contain cyanide in concentrations that would kill a lesser creature. And the koala's nose must find the leaves that are safe, that are nourishing, that will sustain the slow, sedentary life without poisoning it. The selection takes time. The koala moves from leaf to leaf, sniffing, rejecting, moving on. The bush stretches below, a sea of gray-green and blue, the eucalyptus forest rolling toward the distant hills. The heat builds, and the cicadas intensify their drone, and the koala continues its slow assessment, its deliberate choice, its ancient ritual of feeding in the canopy. At last, a leaf is chosen. The koala's mouth closes on it, the teeth cutting the stem, and the leaf disappears into the specialized digestive system that can break down the tough cellulose, can neutralize the toxins, can extract the meager nutrition that sustains this life. The koala chews slowly, the jaw moving in a rhythmic grind, the eyes half closing in what might be contentment, might be digestion, might be the simple pleasure of a creature doing what it was born to do. More leaves follow. The koala feeds methodically, stripping the chosen branches, consuming perhaps a pound of leaves in the hours that follow. The sun climbs higher and the heat becomes intense, but the koala is shaded by the canopy, protected by the leaves that surround it, comfortable in the world it has chosen and that has chosen it. The feeding slows. The koala has taken what it needs, and now the time for digestion begins. The koala settles back into the fork of the tree, the body curling, the paws gripping, the head dropping toward the chest. The eyes close, and the koala sleeps, a sleep that will last for most of the remaining day, for most of the night, for most of the 20 hours that constitute a typical day in the life of the eucalyptus dreamer. The bush continues around it. A goanna climbs the trunk of a nearby tree, its long tongue flickering, its claws scraping against the bark. The koala does not stir. A flock of lorikeets explodes from a flowering gum, their colors a blur of red and green and blue, their calls a raucous chorus that fills the air for a moment and then fades. The koala does not stir. A young koala, a joey from a previous season, moves through the branches of a neighboring tree, practicing the grip, the selection, the slow progression that will one day make it independent. The koala does not stir. The afternoon wanes. The heat begins to break, and the shadows lengthen across the forest floor. The koala opens its eyes, blinks once, and shifts its position. It is not fully awake, not yet, but the body requires adjustment. The grip requires resetting. The endless cycle of sleep and feed and sleep again requires this small interruption. The koala looks out across the canopy, across the gray-green sea of leaves, across the world that is its home, its larder, its sanctuary. The amber eyes register the scene without interpretation, without thought, without anything that could be called wonder or appreciation or awareness. They simply see, and what they see is what has always been, what will always be, what the koala has known since it first left its mother's pouch and began this life in the trees. The koala moves again, a short distance along the branch to a fresh cluster of leaves. The nose samples, the mouth selects, the jaw chews. The feeding resumes, a brief interval before the next long sleep, before the night passes and the next day dawns, and the cycle continues. The moon rises over the bush, silvering the leaves, casting long shadows through the canopy. The koala feeds on, oblivious to the beauty, oblivious to the night, oblivious to everything but the leaves and the sleep that waits. The feeding ends. The koala returns to the fork, settles into the familiar position, closes its eyes. The night deepens, and the bush fills with the sounds of nocturnal life, the call of the boobook owl, the rustle of possums in the understory, the distant howl of a dingo on the hunt. The koala sleeps through it all, the thick gray fur holding the warmth of the day, the two-thumbed paws gripping the branch with unconscious security, the slow breath rising and falling in the rhythm of the eucalyptus dreamer. Dawn breaks over the hills, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. The first light touches the koala's fur, warming it, signaling the start of another day in the slow, deliberate life of the canopy. The koala does not wake. It will wake when the sun is higher, when the warmth has spread, when the time for feeding arrives again. Until then, it sleeps, and the bush wakes around it, and the cycle continues as it has for millennia, as it will for millennia to come. The koala in the eucalyptus in the bush in the ancient dreaming land.
Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrance Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming. We bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrance Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.